There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
There's me.
Brian Quinn, director of Avenue Q. It's going to be performed here at this is the old Moose Hall. There it is. Look at it, Oliver. We're just you just take this place over, and this hang on a second. What's going on here?
These are two naked puppets.
So Avenue Q is not
that they're without costumes. That they are in costume. They're in their birthday suits.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
Avenue Q is not the stage version of the Muppets.
No.
Okay.
I mean the puppets themselves are sort of built similar and from design standpoint very similar to what the Muppets were like, and consequently there's a connection with Sesame Street Avenue Q. There's a segue there that occurs, obviously. If you were to Google it, you'd find out that Jim Henson's company does not necessarily support Avenue Q, but for obvious reasons, because they're connected with children's television networks. So, but there's been no conflict or friction between those two companies. They've certainly supported Avenue Q and the success that it had.
Okay, so give us a sense of what Avenue Q is.
Avenue Q is Sesame Street-like puppets who've grown up and now having to face the real world. Everything from unemployment. The lead character, Princeton, graduates from university with the BA in English, but is unable to get a job and struggles. And then he has to find a place to live. And he tries a whole bunch of places in New York and comes across Avenue Q, which seems to fit his price range. And sure enough, there's an apartment for rent. And then as a consequence of renting out that apartment, he runs into a whole bunch of characters that might remind you of characters from Sesame Street, who are now older, though.
Are these? Is the whole show with puppets, with voices, or are there humans that hold on to puppets? Explain that part.
Well, unlike in Sesame Street, you don't see the manipulators behind the puppets. Here in Avenue Q, though, the manipulators, the puppeteers are on stage with the puppet and provide the voices for them. They'll, however, be in neutral black, so to avoid that distraction. But there are three humans in the show, too. Christmas Eve, Brian, and Gary Coleman. Makes a guest appearance in every performance.
Tell us about the characters or the actors that you have. Names.
Well, a few of them, my two leads are Jory Kahn. People might be familiar with her best performances out here in Lethbridge, and she plays the lead, Kate Monster. My son, Aiden Quinn, plays Princeton, her love, and who else is there? Oh gosh, I can't remember. Monique Pruski, who was in our last show with Hatrix and Lend Me a Tenor, is playing Christmas Eve. Emmett Campbell is playing her husband, Brian. Jennifer Anderson is playing Gary Coleman, which is kind of an interesting twist. Cole Fettig and Evan Hebert are playing Nikki and Rod, respectively. Nikki, however, is a two-person puppet. One person controls the arm and the head, the other person controls the other arm. And Derek Taylor and Amy McGurk are Trekkie Monster. We also have Courtney Montgomery, who plays Lucy the Slut.
Okay, give me a sense of the audience that should come to this, because and you don't want people to think. I mean, you've got to know what you're getting into.
It involves mature content and coarse language. There's no doubt about that. But it's done in a very, very humorous way. I would recommend 16 and over for the show. But I certainly leave it at the discretion of parents. For example, I would never expect to see any young children here. It'd be a little bit too coarse for them. But 16 and over, I think, are fine with this show. I really do.
And we should point out, this Avenue Q beat out Wicked for the best Tony, best musical, right?
Musical,
so that's saying something.
Well, and if you hear the music, anybody that's familiar with Avenue Q already knows. But if you're not familiar with it, Robert Lopez, who did the music and lyrics for Avenue Q, went on to further fame following Avenue Q, and collaborated with the South Park Boys to do the Book of Mormon.
Which, of course, you're going to be doing next Thursday here.
Yeah. Just an in-house version of it, though. Yeah.
All right, show goes when, and tickets, where's that?
May 5th to the 9th and 12th to the 16th here at the Moose. The bar opens at 7, and the show begins at 8. It's rush seating. There's only 72 seats. And the tickets are available at CASA, 327-2272.
Will there be puppets serving the drinks?
That's a little hard. There might be a lot of spillage.
All right. Brian Quinn, everybody. Woo!
Thank you!
All right.